Hacksaw Ridge, directed by Mel Gibson, starring Andrew Garfield, is the true story about Desmond Doss, who saved 75 people on Hacksaw Ridge. And this is truly one of the best movies of the year. And I'll get to more specifically why I feel that way at the end of this video with my score. But right now we're leading off into my positives, which is this whole movie. This whole movie is great. I'm not going to get too in depth about that, but the first, second, third act, amazing. Next thing is Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson has never brought such a freaking crystal clear vision of what he wanted since, dare I say, Braveheart. And that's a lot to say. That's a very, very big thing to say because that's considered his best film, directing and starring it. And then next to that, in my opinion, is The Passion of the Christ.
Guess who's back
again? It's Mel Gibson. Oh my gosh,
Mel Gibson.
You notice how it's rated R, and there's not. If you've seen the movie, there's not a single F word or GD because he wanted Christian audiences to also watch this film and spend their money and support it because he wanted them to not be offended.
Yeah, if I got my leg shot off, I think I'd probably get a little.
Oh yeah.
I think I'd get a little colorful.
I'm gonna be honest. I probably would say something, and then I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that." But I'm gonna be honest. In a certain amount of stress and pain, I would probably say something. But the thing that I admired about him was you don't need cussing to make a movie better. People will watch it. And now that he's back for sure after going through his crazy fiasco after the last 10 years now, his last film that he directed was Apocalypto and then Off the Rails.
That movie was weird.
I actually enjoyed it. It was very weird, but
I just thought it was weird.
I thought it was really bloody in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
For a movie that didn't really need to be bloody.
Kalima.
This movie though, now we're leading off into another positive, war. Just in general, war. He has brought another level of war, which is spiritual war. And you see all this chaos, and you see this character, Desmond Doss, who never killed anybody, and he feels like he shouldn't touch a gun because that's what his beliefs are. Him and his faith, and he's so pressured with all these people going against him saying, you can't make it. You don't need to make it. You need to go home. You're a coward. They called him Desmond, Doss the coward. That's what they called him. And it's just crazy because then you see all these people change their opinion about him, seeing him saving lives. In a time of so much destruction and so much violence and hatred, there's this one man who brings so much love. Also, my last positive is the cast. The whole entire cast. Andrew Garfield, Hugo Weaving are the standouts. Possibly even Hugo Weaving. He did one of the best performances.
Hugo Weaving twice.
Hugo Weaving because I love him so much. He gives one of the best performances I have seen from him. And I'm not lying to you. And I was kind of wondering, what is even Hugo even doing? I mean, he did Megatron, Transformers, and we all know how that went.
Yeah, he sure did.
But besides that, it's just
transformed my life.
Andrew Garfield did an amazing job showing this man, Desmond Doss, is a very courageous spiritual leader in a time of war and violence where there needed to be peace and love. And I really like that. And then also Luke Bracey, I believe his name is. He was in Point Break. Terrible, terrible movie. The new one, not the old one. And he was just, I totally forgot he was in it, and he did an amazing performance. He was great in this. I was surprised as well. And Sam Worthington was in it. He was also great. And Vince Vaughn was probably the surprise performance for me. I have never seen such a mature and actually Vince Vaughn acting. I mean, he does act, but he's just himself in most of his movies. He's just, I just get that vibe.
Yeah,
he's just a goofball, and I've been waiting for a performance because he was in a movie called Swingers where he did probably one of his best performances, but I think this is Vince Vaughn's best performance. Watch it for yourself to get your opinion, but it's one of his most serious, but also one of his most funniest performance. He's just a very good sergeant. That's what he is in this film. He plays the sergeant over the squad that goes into Hacksaw Ridge, and 10 out of 10 for the acting. It's just great job from everyone. And leading into my negatives, there's none. So,
nothing.
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah?
It's probably going to be in my top 10 of all time.
Oh.
It's not for the faint of heart. This movie is one of the most bloodiest films, dare I say even more bloody and gory than Saving Private Ryan. and I have not. That movie came out like 1999, I think.
98, 99.
98, 99.
Yeah,
It's been almost 20 years since it came out. There hasn't been a film that.
Oh my gosh, it has.
It's been 20 years. Well, 18. But like, bottom line is, I have not seen a film that graphic ever since 18 like years ago when that movie came out.
You were 2.
Yeah, when I was 2. But like for people who did see that, yeah, if you have not seen, like, that was the most graphic film. Like, yeah, there's Fury. It's not that graphic. There are some couple graphic scenes, but throughout the film, like a solid hour of just pure violence, or an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson knows how to bring violence, but in this way, it's a very tragic way, but it's needed. You need to see this.
Yeah, it's not pointless violence.
It's not supposed to be entertaining.
No.
It's supposed to make you do exactly what a girl next to me did when I was watching this. She was like clinging on to her husband. She was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Like,
no, my parents saw it today.
Mm-hmm.
I texted my mom and I didn't hear back from her. I texted her 2 more times, the same message. I didn't hear from her. So I called her and I was like, hey. And she was like, yeah, sorry I didn't answer your text. We had just gotten out of the movie and I just couldn't even think.
That's what this movie does
like, wow. Like my mom seriously like couldn't mentally compose herself enough to respond to my text message because this movie had completely captivated her entire thought process. It's
a freaking masterpiece. Like, and then after saying that, I'll get into my score, and I've been thinking about this so hard, and because usually when Joseph sees a movie, he gets really hyped, and I've had 3 days to think about this, so I've had deep mental meditation and thought about this. But I think after 3 days thinking about it, I officially have my opinion on Hacksaw Ridge. So the score for this movie is a 10 out of 10.
Not even a 9.9?
Not even 9.9.
Not a 9.9.
It's a perfect film. Like, I was really thinking about, like, there's perfect films where you need only watch it once, and there's perfect films where you can watch it over and over again. I loved everything. There are so many memorable moments in this too, and I haven't watched a movie this year in 2016 where there are scenes that are so memorable. That is my review for Hacksaw Ridge. I hope you enjoyed this video. My next review should be Moonlight, but it might be something else. You never know. But I hope you guys have a good day. Please tell everyone about me, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to be blessed. I haven't said that in a long time.
You say it all the time.
Please, Lord, help me get one more. Help me get one more.